Hi everyone, so today we're going to do a negative space watercolor, and you're going to start by doing a wet on wet wash. So after you've secured your paper to your board using staples or tape, wet it down with water, choose an analogous color scheme, which are colors that sit next to each other on the color wheel, and then apply those colors to your paper and kind of let them blend on the actual paper. And then you're just going to let that dry. While it's drying, you can create your template, and once it's dry completely, then you can start by creating your first layer. And you're going to trace your template 2 to 3 times, and you do not want for this first layer to overlap in any way. So hold it down with your non-dominant hand and then carefully trace around. You can use a colored pencil the same color as your background, or you can use a regular pencil. You can also use a piece of blue masking tape to kind of hold it in place, but you might want to make it a little non-sticky by applying it to your jeans or something first. Flip the template, let the template go off the edge of the paper, and once you're done, you're going to fill the negative space with a shade darker. You can create a shade darker by using the colors complement. So we're using violet, so I'm using yellow and black to make it a shade darker than the background. The negative space is the space around what you traced, around your template. The template is the positive space, the background is the negative space. Okay, so for layer 2, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to trace your template, but this time you're going to underlap the first layer. So anytime you hit that lighter color of your template, you're going to stop drawing, okay? Flip your template and let it go off the edge, however you want to do it, but do not go over what you have already drawn. You have a handout that will help you with the steps. And you can also, once you're done tracing, you can kind of put a little X in the negative space to help you remember what you're going to fill. So I'm going to create another shade darker, starting with my violet. I'm going to add some yellow, and I'm using CAD light yellow hue, which has a green bias. And you can see how it makes it turn a little bit brown, and it's definitely getting darker. I'm then going to add some black, and I might even add a little bit of blue to it, just to get the color that I want. But it is going to be a shade darker than the first layer that we applied. And we're only going to paint the negative space, so the space around the template that you just traced. So anytime you hit that first layer or the second layer that you just traced, you're going to stop painting. You only want to paint the background. Starting by applying it in the lower right hand corner, you can see it's nice and dark. And then I'm just going to fill in the entire background around my tracing and around that first layer. Okay, just the background. Okay, so layer 3. Now this is where it gets a little complicated, you guys. You can use a white colored pencil if you want, so you can see what you're doing a little better. And you're tracing around not only that first layer, but also around the second layer. And then you're gonna fill every single negative space with black this time, all right? Or you can also use India ink, whichever your teacher prefers. And once it's done, it's going to look super cool. You've got a lot of different things going on, repetition, contrast, and that's your negative space watercolor. Have fun with this.